filter that's really great to play with is difference clouds, and a lot of people maybe have seen it, but you don't quite know what it does. You may have even gone to filter, render, difference clouds and saw this happen, and you're like, oh, I don't know what that is for. I don't know what I would use that for. Well, I'm going to show you one application for difference clouds. This is a picture I took in Montana, and I want to turn this into a picture of like a lightning storm. And I'm going to make some lightning using difference clouds, and you'll see that this lightning effect is really useful. You could make really awesome movie posters with it, or advertisements for a product anytime you want to convey some drama and some energy. Of course, the first thing I'm going to do is want to adjust the picture. I'll darken it, and I'll also make it more monochromatic so it looks like it's like a lowly lit sort of a thunderstorm. So I'm going to hit colorize. I'm going to select kind of a bluish color, and I'm also going to lower the lightness. I'm going to make this look a little bit darker. Okay, now I'm going to go to a new document, and I'm going to get my gradient out using the radial, the band gradient, going from black to white. I'm just going to draw a little line there. So see that little line? This is eventually going to be my lightning bolt. Then I'm going to go to filter, render, difference clouds. See what's happening here? It's off to a good start. I'm going to hit Command L, and I'm going to increase the contrast. Got a nice couple of bolts there. There we go. We're off to a pretty good start. So you can see what's black there is eventually going to be my lightning bolts. And I need to invert this selection. So if you I'm going to need to invert this image so that the lightning bolts are white and my background is black. And if you remember, the shortcut key to invert an image is Command I. Okay, see that? Now we can see some places where we want to do a little bit more adjusting to the levels. There we go. Now we're ready to bring this into our picture. So I'm going to get my square marquee tool out, and then I'll hit Command C to copy. I'll go to my picture and I'll hit Command V to paste. And maybe I'll rotate this so I have a few lightning bolts coming out of the clouds there. I'm going to change the blending mode of this layer from normal to screen. That will make black go transparent. And I'll also lower the opacity just a little bit. Okay, so we're almost there. What we have to do is do a little bit of artistic retouching. So I'm going to get out my mask icon. I'm going to click on my layer mask icon so that I get the white box appearing next to my layer, and I know now everywhere I paint with black inside that light box is going to erase. So I'm going to now have this lightning bolt kind of coming just behind the mountain there. Cool. So this is off to a good start. You know, I'll have it look like it's kind of coming out of the clouds. You know, if you decide, you know what, I only want one lightning bolt, I think. You know, you can use your masking icon to erase the other one. I'm going to put a few more lightning bolts in there, but another thing that you can do is make a new layer and put that new layer on overlay, and then with some white paint, just really subtly, you know, you can give a little bit of a glow to your lightning bolt. You can even add, you know, just a feeling of like there's some light coming in the clouds, some sort of electric energy. Right. So let's make a few more. Again, I'm going to go File, New. This time I'll use 11 by 11. And I'm going to make a different quality to my gradient. I'll just make it a little bit bigger. And now I'm going to go up to Filter, Render, Difference Clouds. See, with the gradient a little bit bigger, it ended up having a different quality to the lightning bolt. This lightning bolt is a little bit more jagged and angular. I want to have a pretty stark black and white background, but I also want just a little bit of energy coming off the bolt. So play with your levels, Command L to bring up the levels adjustment. Get something that you think looks kind of lightning bolty. And now I'll hit Command I to invert. Look at that. That looks a lot like lightning. I'm going to hit Command L one more time, and I just want to increase the contrast just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, now I'll use my square marquee tool. Command C to copy. Go to my document. Command V to paste. Now we have a few more lightning bolts in there. You can have them pointing the other direction, maybe the same direction. Maybe they could be closer. How about that? And the other lightning bolt will be a little bit farther away. Okay, now I'm going to change my blending mode from normal to screen. And now I'm going to use my layer mask icon. Maybe I'll just kind of have them landing behind this mountain here. Okay, so that one might be in front there, and then I'll make a selection and I'll move this one a little bit farther off in the distance. I'm going to click on that layer. Click my move tool and I'll move it way back there. Way, way, way back in the background. Make it real, real small. Now I can use my, my layer mask, and I can lower the opacity of this distant lightning bolt using the layer mask. And again, I can make a new layer. I could put the blending mode of that new layer on overlay, and anytime I want to create a feeling of light, or feeling of energy, I can paint that over my lightning. Lower the opacity a little bit, lower the opacity on this one, and get it all to blend together. Looks pretty cool. That is a couple of tools that you have learned in Intermediate Photoshop. The difference clouds, the filter. You've also learned how to use the screen blending mode. And you've also learned how to use the overlay blending mode.